Hello, friends. I should have adjusted my glasses before I started everything, but I am a professional. Hello, Grim Tides, hello, George, and welcome, guys. Things are going good. It's been a busy day. I got some work done, I got some chores done. I put out a new video for a new video series on YouTube. I wrote a new story for my blog. I got a nice email from somebody that I wasn't expecting, and now I'm streaming on top of everything else. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've lost my mind. I'm on a product. Music is still a tad loud, really. I tried to turn it down basically as low as I could. Hold up. Let me see what I can do here. Is that any better? It's productivity day. Is that still loud or? Oh, it's gonna be off. I think that's as low as I can make it. I can turn down the desktop audio, but if I do that, I mean, I'll do that if I need to. How about that? Is that any better? The reason I don't want to turn the desktop audio down too much is because I have signed up for the, this is AI Dungeon 2, by the way. I wanted to make it big. There we go. Make it real big. Oh, goodness gracious. My voice is extra crackly, because the air is extra dry, and it's extra dusty, and, I'm just gonna make do, I guess. So, my Wednesday streams, as I mentioned the last time I did a Wednesday stream, which was a few weeks ago. Sorry, folks. Things get busy. These are going to be my writing streams. So, if nobody shows up, it's fine, because I still get stuff done that I needed to get done anyway. And if people do show up, then, you know, I have some peer pressure to actually sit and write on a schedule. But I also thought it would be nice to get myself in the writing mood by doing something a little bit less energy intensive. And so for the first half or so of the stream, we're going to be playing AI Dungeon 2. I have signed up for their premium service for two reasons. Reason one, you get a better AI, and I've seen the difference that it makes, and it really does make a big difference. So I think it's worth it. Reason two, you also get a text-to-speech voice, so I don't have to read everything. And I think that's gonna save my throat a lot. It's gonna save my voice a lot. So I signed up for their mid-tier, because the lowest tier is $5 a month, and it doesn't give you the good AI. It only gives you basically the text-to-speech and some premium scales, I think they're called. So I went with the middle tier, the $10 a month tier, which gives you the good AI, and some more of the scales or whatever. I don't get the scales yet, because they give you a 1-week free trial before they actually charge you. So I haven't paid anything yet, so that means I can't use the scales to buy their special worlds yet. I have to wait until the payment actually goes through in a week. I could probably push it through now, but let's see how it goes. The main thing is we'll have a better AI, and there'll be a robot reading to you folks, so I don't have to read. Scales are their premium currency. They're used for, I'll show you, these are their worlds, and as you can see, some of them are free, and some of them are premium, and you have to pay scales. I have, I think, 60 scales just from daily login gifts, and from completing the tutorial, which is not enough to buy any of the worlds, but that's fine. There's plenty for us to play with here. Actually, instead of going into a world, I'm just going to do a prompt. Let's do a real simple one. So we can do fantasy, mystery, apocalyptic, zombies, cyberpunk, custom, which is fun, archive, which gives you a couple of others that are weird, and Halloween. I'm gonna go with custom. And so if you were here last time, yeah, they've expanded a lot, Jen. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in here now. So for custom, I basically start writing the first few sentences of the story, and then the AI takes it from there, and I get to play in whatever world I want. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically describe the world that I started for the Twine story before. So you are, we don't even need a name really. Can add a name later. So you are a new adventurer. Looking for your first quest. Actually, we'll say on your first quest. The local innkeeper has asked you to clear the rats out of the basement. You ready your rusty sword and head down the stairs. We'll say torch in hand. At the bottom of the stairs, you see. And you'll all have to let me know how the volume is on the computer voice as well when it starts reading. Please pay attention to that. And if it's too quiet or whatever, I can turn it up. I think it's at like 50% right now. Let's go. It's thinking.
A rat scurry off into an alcove. It looks like it is heading straight for one of the barrels that line the wall. But then suddenly you hear a loud noise and feel a sharp pain in your side.
Man, this AI has it in for me. I just took my first step into the world of adventure and I've already been shot. How's the volume of the voice, guys? Is it audible over the music or do I need to turn it up? Because I can't turn it up. I want to check that before I continue. If anyone is listening. Alright, you guys will have to let me know. It sounds a bit quiet to me, but I don't know how it sounds to you. Bit higher in the voice. Alright, sweet. I should be able to just continue from there. I do have to go into my settings. I don't think I can check it, like, on the fly. I'm gonna put it up quite a bit. I'll put it up to, like, 80. I'll put it up to, like, 90. If it's really, really loud. Come on now. And I think I should be able, yeah, I can continue.
A rat scurry off into an alcove. It looks like it is heading straight for one of the barrels that line the wall. But then suddenly you hear a loud noise and feel a sharp pain in your side.
Can't turn it up much more. I can turn the music off if we need to. I just thought it'd be nice to have a little music, because this game doesn't have any music. Alright, you let me know. Meanwhile, I gotta contemplate my very first move here. I feel a sharp pain in my side. So, examine the wound, I guess. First things first.
The wound is deep and large enough to require some sort of medical attention. There is no blood or other fluids coming from it, so there must be something seriously wrong with you. This could mean several things.
You know what, AI? I don't think that makes any sense. We're gonna try that one again. We're gonna hit the retry button, and it's gonna generate a new outcome. Not gonna read for me, buddy? The wound is deep enough that you can still feel it when you move your arm. There are several small puncture wounds along the length of your right forearm. So it seems to me that these rats have shot some kind of rat blow darts at me. So what I'm gonna do is remove the rat blow darts
the wound is deep enough
from
that you
my
can
arm.
still feel it when you move your arm. There are several small puncture wounds along the length of your right forearm.
So I'll remove the rat blow darts from my arm and drop them on the floor. Hopefully the AI will be able to parse what I'm getting at here.
You hear the scurrying of more rats and feel another blow to
Alright,
your
that's
upper
it.
back.
That's it. Take out my flamethrower, which I obviously have, and point it at the nearest rat. I'm not messing around. Flamethrower versus rat. What are you gonna do about that?
The rat lets out a squeak as you blast it with flames. It runs into the alcove and disappears. You see another rat scurrying from the alcove to another
Alright.
barrel.
I'm gonna switch from do to say. Let's see if we can maybe strike up a bargain with these rats. If you capital I. If you surrender now, I won't hurt any more of you. Go in peace. We'll give it a shot. Hey, don't worry about it, Grim.
You see several of the rats stop and look in your direction.
It's like they don't
You
speak
hear
English or
squeaks
something.
and chatter but nothing else.
If you will not leave, at least take me to your king. I wish to bargain with him. Come on, rats. Work with me here.
You say if you will not leave, at least take me to your king.
You have to admit, this is all very
would-
impressive.
Shocked, you see a rat walk out of the alcove. It stands up on its hind feet and walks toward you. You see a glint of recognition in
Oh my
its
gosh,
eyes.
thank
and it
you.
stares
Going on,
at
Super
you.
Cool Dude 78. I'm being followed by Super Cool Dude 78. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. All right, this rat knows me. Let's go to story mode. Yeah, that must be a super. This seems like a super cool dude. Is all I'm saying. All right, AI Dungeon is awesome. Yeah, it's great. It's great inspiration as well for when you're trying to write your own stuff, which is what I'm eventually gonna try to do today. But first, we're gonna play the AI Dungeon. All right. So in story mode, I can narrate larger pieces of text, just like the introduction that I did there. So this will be in second person. All right. You lock eyes with the rat. Could it be? Could it be? You haven't seen her for years. But yes, that is your older sister, Esmeralda. That's not how you spell Esmeralda. Esmeralda? Is that how you spell Esmeralda? It looks wrong. And my spell checker is telling me it's wrong. Esmeralda. Sounds like you're right, Jam. Thank you. Thank you so much. That looks weird too, but whatever. It's fine. Your older sister, Esmeralda. Oh, I already said you haven't seen her for years. The last time you saw her, she was... Oh, Esmeralda. Well, it said that this one was fine, Jam.
Knee-high to a grasshopper, but it is
Knee-high to a
unmistakably
grasshopper.
her. She came back from the wilderness. Esmeralda? Is that really
Yeah, I
you?
knows her name. Alright, Esmeralda runs toward you, her arms spread wide, and embraces you in a warm hug. You both begin to cry. Well, we're gonna get into that in a moment, Graham. I thought you were dead, you say. No, I didn't die, says Esmeralda. Now it doesn't like Esmeralda. You know what? Too late. It's already in there. I just turned into a rat. See? We got there. But what are you doing? Okay, no, I don't want to have a whole conversation here. Alright, you pull back and look closely at her. You notice... ... So I'm not a rat.
She is different than the other rats. Her fur is neater, cut short around her face like a circular beard and moustache. The hair on top of her head also seems to have been combed.
Cooned. You look beautiful. I don't even care that you're a rat. My sister can have a beard and mustache if she wants to.
You and Esmeralda embrace in a kiss. As you hold each other, your worries
I think
melt
the
away.
AI forgot that
Nothing
she's
else
my
matters
sister.
in this moment, except for the love you
So
have
here's
for
what we're
her.
gonna do. Yeah, I should remember that Esmeralda is my sister. Remember that, and then let's retry that one. We're not getting into any of that nonsense here. No, thank you. Processing. There we go. Awesome. Are you gonna speak there, AI, or... No? I have a score of 2, by the way. I don't know what caused that. Okay. Descend into...
Oh, you. She rolls her eyes. Come on. The king is waiting for you. Esmeralda leads you past the barrels and out of the rat's lair.
Descend into the rat metropolis that lies beneath the inn.
You descend into the rat metropolis that lies beneath the
Oh,
inn.
I already typed that.
Once you leave the Rat King's chamber,
got to the rat.
you see a long tunnel stretching out in front of you. Esmeralda leads you down it, occasionally stopping to let you admire the murals painted on the
Alright,
wall.
we haven't seen the Rat King yet, so we're gonna edit that one. Once you leave the basement of the inn. We haven't seen the Rat King yet. Admire the murals painted on the walls. These are very artistic creatures, the rats. Attend... make your way... Make our way to the Rat King's chambers.
You make your way to the Rat King's chambers. After what feels like hours of walking, you arrive at a large wooden door. Esmeralda noses the door open and gestures for you to enter.
Noses the door open. Oh yeah, I should also, she's a rat. Should probably make sure the AI doesn't forget that. Cromulent. You understand, that means she is opening the door with her nose. I guess as a rat, she might as well. Bow before the king. No problem at all. Nice thinking. Here we go.
The Rat King sits in a wooden chair, a golden crown on his head. He nods at you as you enter. The walls of the room are made of gold and jewels.
Switch to say. And we'll say, my liege. Thank you for granting me this audience. I seek to broker a peace between your kingdom and the innkeeper who lives above.
You say, my liege, thank you for granting me this audience. The Rat King laughs. I have no feud with the innkeeper or his kin. They do not use the cellar, nor do they venture near it. It is not their war.
See, now here's the thing. That may be true. It may be perfectly reasonable for the rats to be using the cellar. You know, it may be that the innkeeper's not even interested. Oh, let's change that. We did establish in my game that the innkeeper's a woman, so let's keep that. Let's keep that the same. Do not use the cellar. The innkeeper has tasked me with clearing the rats from the cellar. But I seek no conflict with you. Perhaps we can arrange a joint ownership of the cellar. I'm a diplomat.
You say the innkeeper has tasked me with clearing the rat. The Rat King frowns. The cellar is already mine. If the girl wants
the
to
gender
use
correct this
it,
time?
she will have to pay a tax. A heavy tax.
What tax would you require from the innkeeper for the use of the cellar?
You say, what tax would you require
I'm
from the
amazed by
innkeeper
how
for the
well
use
this
of
is
the
running,
cellar?
honestly.
The Rat King looks you up and down. She will have to pay me 1,800 gold coins every month. You try not to let your jaw drop in shock.
1,800 that's a lot of gold coins. My liege, that is more gold than the innkeeper earns in a month. What if she paid you 500 gold coins and also give you first pick of each batch of beer she brews? We can barter.
You say, my liege, that is more gold than the innkeeper earns in a month.
We
says
did
the
it!
Rat King. That
We
sounds
did it!
reasonable. Done. He sticks out his hand. You shake it. Well then.
Thank you for your generosity, my liege. With your permission, I will take my leave and deliver your terms to the innkeeper. I gotta take my sister with me too.
You say, granted. And thank you for this, sir. There are few enough rat lovers
That's
in
true.
this world.
It's a terrible
You
shame.
turn on your heels and head out the door.
You and Esmeralda is how I think I spelled it. Make your way back up to the inn's cellar. You ask her to come home with you. And she says, See if she's willing to come. She is a rat now, so maybe she wants to stay down with the other rats.
That she will after she restocks the cellar. Back in your room, you get some rest. It's been a long day.
It has. I feel like this is kind of jumping a little far, though. I'm gonna try that one again. Because I still need to go and visit the innkeeper. See, we're not going back home just yet. You deliver the Rat King's terms to the innkeeper, who we'll keep it simple. Who agrees to them? He pays you your fee, or pays you your reward for completing the quest. You and your sister head back home. Together. Like that's... Oops. Gotta click. You gotta click. I think this might be a good ending to the story. I think, folks, and we have time for one more, and then I'll switch to Twine. So I have heard... from watching the Secret Sleepover Society playing this game, that the best way to end an AI dungeon run is to write the moral of the story is.
See
what
like
the AI comes up with. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put that into story or into
after all, and she has no wish to be a rat for the rest of her life. You deliver the Rat King's terms to the innkeeper, who agrees to them and pays you your reward for completing the quest. You and your sister head back home together.
Alright, let's see if it'll give me what I'm hoping for here. Give me a good moral.
Nobody can run a proper inn if they're crippled with debt, even if they have to share their home with over 1,000 rats.
Beautiful. Thank you, super cool dude. That was awesome. I loved that. We should go start a new story. I think it will actually save this for me in my account, so I can go back later. We'll have to see if anyone's interested in actually reading this afterwards. But let's start another new game. Let's try one of the worlds. For now, I only have access to these 4. But next Wednesday, I'll be able to get into the other ones. So, we got a light fantasy, a dark fantasy, another dark fantasy, and just a fantasy. There's a whole bunch of other ones. Well, not a whole bunch, there's a few other ones. I would really like to make one of these, because it seems like all they really are is a collection of rules and things for the AI to remember. But I'm not sure if they accept outsiders' contributions to the worlds. But in any case, never dream about Family Guy. Also a good moral, a good lesson for us all to learn. All right, should we? Does the chat have a preference? I've tinkered around a little bit. I think in this one and this one, I didn't get much out of it, but I didn't have the dragon AI at that point, so it'll probably run better now. I'm always drawn to the light fantasy, and I always wind up starting a farm and just growing a bunch of cabbages whenever I do any kind of fantasy game. I've never tried the Kringle one. My cabbages! Don't knock over my cabbages. When I tried this one, it kept pushing me to start a war, and I kept trying to start peace, and it wasn't having peace. This world does not want peace. I'm tempted to try Kringle, even though it is not thematically appropriate, not seasonal. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not seasonal right now. Although it has been snowing for like a week here. there's a good, I don't know, I want to say 20 centimeters of snow outside that hasn't melted, which is amazing. It's freezing, actually. It's like minus 10 degrees outside, which means it's freezing in here, too. And my fingers are all numb. Make peace with evil Santa? Let's go meet evil Santa. Santa Claus has been planning to take over the North Pole for years. Planning to take... Is he not already in... He has patiently waited for the elves to grow old and weak for his retribution. The time has come. Santa Claus and his naughty ragtag army of elves, gnomes, fairies, dragons, and candy cane vampire elves, etc., now control the North Pole, but Santa knows that the North Pole can only remain his if he can conquer all of Kringle. To do this, Santa needs to take out two of his biggest competitors, the Easter Bunny and Jack Frost. This sounds exactly like a story that I wrote with my dad when I was like 12. Will you help Santa or fight back and help the elves? Let's create a character. Our character's name will be Jingle Bonk. Nightmare Before Christmas. A little bit. I'm a male. They've misspelled elves here, which I don't love. Candy cane vampire elves. Once were just like the regular elves. They didn't like to work in a workshop, and they could be sleeping or eating candy. Oh my goodness. So they're cursed by Santa. They now have candy cane blood. Increases their power, and they no longer need to sleep. Make his first name Dave. I'm just gonna stick with Jingle Bonk for now. But we'll keep Dave for the next one. What about fairies? Shy? No. I have to go. When you're given this list of options, you do have to go candy cane vampire elves. So I'm evil, basically. And I'm a vampire. Warrior, the most basic playable character. I'm definitely gonna be a crime boss. Right? Head of a candy cane vampire crime family. Faction. We did say we're making peace with evil Santa. Ragtag army of elves, gnomes, fairies, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is all from up there. Alright, location, North Pole. We'll keep the world events on. Let's get started. I've spent all this time. Dave Jinglebog does sound funny. I've found that if I give myself two names, the AI tends to get confused about which name is which. So I started just giving them one name. Actually, it is true, I have the dragon AI now, and I didn't have that before. It may handle two names better. It might be able. Words are hard. I might be able to change it now. World events. A child reports seeing Santa Claus in their bedroom.
You send a group of mercenaries and thugs to secretly assassinate the crime boss of the South District, Biggis. You managed to do so by having your hired help pose as
that problem solved itself. They were sure they'd locked their doors, shut the window. How did this happen? After an investigation, it was revealed that a gnome had snuck into the house and was using his magic to allow Santa passage into the house so he can deliver his presents. Okay. Alright, so I've been a crime boss for many decades. Ruthless but fair. Slightly contradictory. Not averse to using dirty tactics. But building up my influence in the city of Kringle. Have enough money and power to take the city for myself. Decide to start by taking down your biggest rival. Okay. So... yeah, the Griffin it tends to get very repetitive and very confused really easily. That's why I decided it was worth, also, you know, I'm using my Patreon money for this. Hey, look at that, I've got a Patreon. Hey, I've got lots of rewards. Become a patron if you can, and if you can't, that's alright. I'm still glad you're here. But I have some money from Patreon that I can use for this. If it continues to be successful, then I'll just keep subscribed to this, and we'll do it at least once a week. And if not, then I'll just wind up canceling it later, so it's fine. It's nice to support the development of a thing like this, because it's just such a cool thing to be using technology for, you know? Alright, so I sent a group of mercenaries and thugs to secretly assassinate the crime boss of the South District, Biggis. I managed to do so by having my hired help pose as Biggis' bodyguard. So it sounds like that task is completed. It's given me the task, and it's already completed it for me. I'm just gonna hit enter and see what happens next. You can also do this if you haven't played this. You can just let the AI take over for a bit. I need a goal. One that hasn't already been accomplished by the time you tell me about it, AI.
They do so by having them escort Biggis to a meeting with you. You meet Biggis in an alleyway under the pretense of being worried about potential assassins targeting
So
you.
he's not dead yet. Or is it a he? Oh, it doesn't even say if it's a he or she or they or what. So I'll say thank you for meeting me here. I have critical information about a definite threat to your life. Ah? 4 points? Oh god. I don't want that. So what I'm saying here is true because I'm gonna kill him and suck out his blood. I'm a vampire. What's Biggis have to say?
You do your best to act professional and reserved as you speak with Biggis. Upon reaching the meeting, he smiles and says,
Hey, you can't leave it there. I don't know what Biggis says. You tell me what Biggis says. We've already managed to confuse the AI. That's not a good sign. This is the good AI, too.
You look very
What?
professional, Jing.
I have the,
It's a shame you're a
we're
fan.
gonna try that again. I have the safe filter thing turned on. Oh, I'm supposed to report that. Hello, Gaming Reaper 100, welcome. Here we go. That's much more appropriate. I should have. There is a thing you can do to flag the when the AI says something naughty, and I forgot to do that, and it's gone now. So you'll remember that for next time. You pull out your troll gun and fire at Biggis. Actually, I didn't want to use my gun. I wanted to use my vampire fangs. We should start with a
Thank you
verb,
for
right?
meeting me, Mr. Jinglebonk. I am ready to listen to what you have to say. You pull out your troll gun and fire at Biggis.
Fight Biggis with my vampire fangs and suck out. We need to choose a gender for Biggis because Biggis hasn't had a gender yet. We'll make Biggis a he. His delicious. Biggis an elf. Elven blood. Elfish blood? Elfish blood. I know I can edit it, but...
You bite Biggis with your
I
vampire
have been doing
fangs
some editing
and
sometimes.
suck out his delicious
Appreciate you letting me know. I know
You
not
sink
everyone
your
realizes you can do
fangs
that.
into
I
him
did they have a
as his
tutorial
guards
now, which is really
react
helpful.
slowly to stop you. You drain him of all his blood and toss his desiccated body
Yikes.
aside.
Well, took care of Biggis. Tell my right hand elf to dispose of the body and head back to base.
You tell your right-hand elf to dispose of the body and head back to base. You walk back to your office, a large house where you control most of the criminal activity in the city. You find your number 2 elf waiting for you. Well, did it work?
Do I? Yeah, we're doing the Kringle. It is very dark. I was instructed to make peace with evil Santa by the chat, and so that's what I'm trying to do. His last name is Diggis. We can make that happen. See, this is what the worlds are. They have. Oh, I can change my name. What did you want my first name to be? Dave, was it? Dave Jinglebonk? Dave. Let's get that in there. Dave Jinglebonk. Biggest rival. Biggest Diggus. And everyone tries not to laugh. Okay. Did it work? Who has a wife? It's not my problem. She shouldn't have married a crime boss. It's hard out here at the North Pole. It's very cold for one thing. Biggest Diggus. Alright, did it work? Do I trust my number 2 elf? I mean, probably. Probably wouldn't have promoted them to number 2 elf. It sure did. Shanky. It is hard. It's hard in the Candy Cane streets. Diggus is taken care of. Send my condolences to Mrs. Diggus. He's gonna join a crime gang, obviously, Jam.
You say it sure did, Shanky. Biggest Diggus is taken care of. Send. Yes, sir, Mr. Jinglebonk, he says as he leaves your office. You have successfully eliminated one of your competitors. Now to continue your quest for power and eliminate the other one.
Find out all I can about my other competitor. I don't know who it is. Tell me about this person. This is more fun than I thought it was gonna be.
You send your spies to find out
No,
everything
AI,
they can
we've
about
already-
Biggest Diggus. After several months, you get
We'll
enough
just change the
information
name.
to start taking action against him.
So, your biggest rival, Biggest Diggus, is dead. Or, you already killed your biggest rival, Biggest Diggus. Never gets old. A zombie prompt? I haven't done a zombie one yet. Now you are going after your other competitor. We need a name for my other competitor because the AI got confused. Candy Cane Jane. A dragon woman. So let's retry that one with that information and see if the AI can figure it out. It's doing it really fast. They always do. Look at that! Oh, very nicely done, AI. It was in the eastern part of Kringle. How are we gonna take out Candy Cane Jane? Try survival? Wow, that's right, I have access to survival now. I didn't have that before, because I was just a freeloading free player. Make a plan to eliminate.
You learn that the other crime boss is a dragon named Candy Cane Jane who lives in the eastern part of Kringle.
Make a plan. It seems like when I hit retry, it takes it like a solid 30 seconds to be like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be reading right now. I've decided, Gamer Hero, I just signed up for the premium one so that I could get the text-to-speech for the stream and also the better AI, and man, does it make a difference. It makes a difference so much. It is worth it. It is worth it, I officially declare. The premium is worth paying for if you can afford it. Okay, make a plan to eliminate Candy Cane Jane. Maybe the AI will come up with a plan for me. It did last time.
You hire a ruthless assassin, the Mad Elf. His real name is Maltofer, however he much prefers to go by his nickname.
JudgeBot doesn't like this idea. Well, you know what? I don't care about your points, JudgeBot. Okay, No, well, let's just let the AI continue from here. Let's let the Mad Elf take care of it. It's over.
You give him a bag of gold coins and a bottle of the finest elf wine. The elf is pleased with your gifts and assures you he will do the job.
Alright, I am gonna send my second in command to watch the Mad Elf and make sure he gets the job done. I don't trust anybody. Two of Kringle and Santa sleigh and then push him off the sleigh. See, I should have come up with that idea before. I've already got this Mad Elf on it. Well, we'll see if the Mad Elf takes care of it or not.
Shanky Monks Vast is
Shanky
your second in command. A grim
They gave
female
Shanky
elf with
a
an
last
air of
name.
leadership and strength about her.
Alright, no sexism from you, Judge Bot. We want to appreciate that around here. Report back to me. Every hour on the hour, Shanky. I want to know everything the Mad Elf does. Yeah, we're judging the Judge Bot. Take that, Judge Bot.
Yes, sir, Mr. Jinglebonk, she says and walks away. You watch as Shanky goes to follow the Mad Elf. Now, all you have to do is wait.
Wait. You've given me nothing to do, AI. I'm just gonna sit here. Oh no, you think so, Gaming Reaper?
You wait as an hour
she's okay.
passes. Then another hour. Then dash we've got a problem, says Shanky as she bursts into your office. What is it?
What is it? Oh man. I knew something was gonna go wrong.
The Mad
Aw,
Elf
man.
tried to assassinate Candy Cane Jane, but she somehow
Dang
killed
it.
him. We need to get the hell out of here. You quickly take what's important and run with Shanky.
Alright. Does Candy Cane Jane know who sent the assassin? This is important. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not gonna get to try that idea. Things have gone south very quickly. Which is easy, because we're at the North Pole.
The assassin was killed before he could talk, says Shanky. We need to leave the city right now. You leave the city and head far away.
No, we don't need to
just
head
in
far
case.
away. Just in case. No, try that again. You give her a look and she gets the hint? What hint? I don't get the hint. I'm just gonna take that part out. All right. Certain that
I don't think so. But we need to get out of here before she finds out.
Candy Cane Jane has no idea that you want her dead. You call her up and invite her on a magical sleigh tour of the city. She agrees, and you set a meeting. In 20 minutes. When you arrive, we're gonna do it. We're gonna push her off the sleigh.
Sir, she seems much calmer and taller than the last time you saw her.
You won't give that one another shot there, AI. We'll give the AI 30 seconds to catch up.
You see that she's brought a few of her elves with her. It doesn't matter, they'll never see what happens next. You're going
brilliant.
to kill them and dump their bodies in the river.
I'm afraid your elves won't fit on the sleigh, you say. Candy Cane Jane climbs aboard with you, alone. You take off, or you whip the magical reindeer into action, and they take off, pulling the sleigh high into the sky above the city. It's a beautiful view, isn't it? You say, as Candy Cane Jane leans over the side of the sleigh to enjoy the sights. You shove her hard, and she tumbles down to the ground. As you watch her fall,
I'm afraid your elves won't fit on the sleigh, you say, and a look of shock on her face, you realize that you never thought this through. Without her, the elves won't
no,
have
that's
anyone to
nonsense.
lead
They
them.
have me. Try again. What? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's going off the rails. No, try again. Come on now. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. We'll wait for the narrator. My cat is asleep on the floor by my chair. He's very cute, and I'm afraid that I'm going to move the chair and bump into him. I don't think I will. He looks alright. He's snoring softly. It's very sweet. Come on now. The moment I start typing, you're going to start talking. I know it. Is it just like 30 seconds for every time you press the retry button? As you watch her fall, a police airship appears in the sky. Yes, it is. Bird the Nerd, welcome. They decided to go old school this time around. Do you want the police to be after you? Of course I don't, Jam, but at least it makes sense. This is a logical consequence of what I've just done. And actually, they're not after me. They've already blown me out of the sky. Alright, maybe the narrator's not coming back. So a police airship appears in the sky. They must have seen everything. You speed away, but there's no way you can outrun them. The airships blow you out of the sky with their cannons. It's very old school, yeah. Nice. Yeah, things go off the rails real fast. Game and Reaper. If something happens that makes no sense whatsoever, I just press the retry button until I get something logical. Although I have to say, as I've already said, the Dragon AI, the premium one, is it's giving me much more logical stories. I am very impressed by this. This is what we need to be using AI for, right? Making better games automatically. All right, what happens next? You tumble.
A police airship appears.
The
in
moment I
sky.
start typing. Maybe it's
They
waiting
must
for me
have
to
seen
type.
everything. You speed away, but there's no way you can outrun them. The airships blow you out of the sky with their cannons.
Oh my gosh, thank
Thanks for the
you.
follow, Game and Reaper. Yes, we need the AI to make better video games. That's all we need it for, Bird the Nerd. That's its sole purpose. So as you tumble down towards the ground and your inevitable demise, your life flashes before your eyes. The last thing you remember before... We'll just say the last thing you remember is... Give me something good.
when you first got bit by a vampire, and how that changed everything in
This
your
sounds
life.
like a good ending. The moral of the story is...
All vampires are miserable, and nothing good will ever
Wow,
come to them.
I did not see that coming. What a twist. Well, so ends our career as a Candy King vampire elf mobster. It's not rude to the vampires, Jam. It's just a fact. We'll do one more. Even though we're going for an hour already, I had not intended to do more than an hour of this, but I'm having such a great time. I do want to try survival. Click to kill goblins. Character's name is vampire with candy cane fangs. All right, I gotta get out of the Kringle mindset now. I'm gonna be killing goblins, it said. Goblin Slayer 9000. Goblin Slayer 9000. How well is it gonna do with me having a number? Well, we'll try it. Generating story. I don't know what this is. I know that it's a new thing in beta.
One with a bow and arrow. He fires an arrow that misses you. You go to attack him, but he runs away.
You're a ranger in the Kingdom of Loria. You're in the Lorian woods hunting deer when you hear a loud noise. Goblins start streaming through the underbrush. You only have a small knife to fight them off. Okay, well, it seems like the first one is taken care of. I'm going to set a clever trap for the next goblin. Oh, I see at the top here it says enemy remaining 3, health 100, lives 1.
You stab the next goblin with your knife.
No, I said I was going to set a
The
trap.
sword is too large to wield properly.
Oh, and I can't
He misses you.
retry.
You slash at the goblin, but he dodges your attack.
What happened to my trap? Oh my goodness. Equipment. Knife. So I can't just do whatever I want then. Skills. Learn random skill. Tidal wave. Raining blood. Lava storm sounds good. Let's level up lava storm. I'm assuming that's a spell I can cast. Cast lava storm.
The goblins are too far away to be killed by your lava storm.
What did I level up lava storm for then? Kill the nearest goblin.
You thrust your knife into the nearest goblin. The remaining goblins run away.
Did I win? Now it says there's 9 enemies remaining. I'm gonna cast Lava Storm again. At the nearest goblin. This is less fun with all the restrictions, I gotta say. I think I prefer the more freeform stories.
You cast lava storm, hitting the goblin and killing it. You kill the remaining 15 goblins with your knife.
Alright, I did. Did I do it? Did I win? That was easy. Yeah, now it says I have 14 enemy remaining. I got more skill points. Lava pit.
You cast lava pit. A pit of lava opens up under the goblins, killing
Sweet.
them all.
Punch a goblin.
You punch a goblin in the face, killing it instantly. The remaining goblins attack you with their rusty swords, but you parry each blow.
Shall I equip the rusted sword? I have no GP. Oh, I can sell. I can sell. Did that work? No. I have to save. Equip. Sell. Save. Did you do it? You can tell this isn't beta. There we go. It did it. Do I have any more skill points? I do. Give me a new skill. Ice Strike. Cast Ice Strike at a goblin's knees. I'm gonna strike it with ice right in the knees.
You raise your hand to cast Ice Strike, but nothing happens because you don't have a wand. You kill 0 goblins. The goblins are at your mercy.
Alright, I think I'm gonna leave this for now. I think this is less entertaining than the other stories were. I do kind of want to do one more story. This is the problem, is I'm not gonna get any actual writing done. This is supposed to be a writing stream, but I feel like we're all having a good time. Let's do a different setting. Let's do... What do you think, folks? Would you prefer apocalyptic? I can speak, shush. Or zombies. I have tried apocalyptic. I don't usually stay in the apocalyptic setting very long. I haven't tried zombies, but I feel like that might go the way of the apocalyptic. Well, the apocalyptic one usually does have zombies in it, is the thing. Let's go apocalyptic. I'm gonna be a courier. My character's name is Speedy Dan. I'm a messenger. I'm fast. I'm gonna deliver these messages so fast, and the packages.
Run into trouble within the hour. In the distance you hear a howl. It's one of the mutant dog types.
Alright. You have a parcel of letters and a small pistol. Long and dangerous road from Boston to Charleston. You're one of the only people who knows the roads well enough to get your parcel of letters there. You set out in the morning and run into trouble within the hour. Okay. I'm gonna avoid the dog and continue towards Charleston.
You avoid the dog and continue towards Charleston. You got lucky again. Your mutant dog was much smaller than the rest, and you easily outrun it. You continue on, keeping an eye out for other mutants or anything else that might attack you.
Alright. Go on. Seems like my only goal is to get to Charleston. The mail must go through.
You're not going to be caught off guard again. You've been running for hours with no sign of slowing down. You can't rest yet, because there's still a long way to go.
Locate a bicycle, at the very least.
Your journey takes you through several old suburbs and towns. Once you were forced to hide for an hour after encountering a large group of infected, not to mention the strange, pale mutants that apparently
Hey, I want to
lead
give that
them.
one another shot. Remember the bicycle that I just told you to find? There we go. That's much better. Alright.
You find
Does
the
wait for me to
rusted
type.
remains of a children's bicycle, which hasn't been worked in years. However, you manage to strap your letters to it and push it along with you, keeping a fast pace.
Alright, look for parts to fully repair the bicycle. It'll be so much faster if I can ride the bike.
After a few hours, You stumble across an entire bicycle shop.
That's way
but
better.
Somehow managed to avoid being scavenged.
Thank you so
Perfect.
much. Okay. Choose a. It's such a perfect coincidence. Choose a cool bicycle with flames painted on it. And ride it onwards. It's gotta have flames. Makes it faster.
After mounting the bicycle, you start to ride on. This definitely makes things easier, but you need to rest.
Alright. Building engines can do wheelies. I need a rest first. It's just telling me several times in a row now that I need to rest. Okay, pull over and eat a cheese sandwich. Seems like a reasonable thing to do.
You pull over and eat a cheese sandwich. You decide to eat some of your lunch before going
know.
further.
Judge Bob, I was just told that I needed a rest. Alright, I think I'm rested now. This is not a very eventful post-apocalyptic scenario, I have to say. Or apocalyptic scenario, I suppose. Alright, we'll just say befriend a nearby crow. Let's go into story. You befriend a nearby crow using the last crumbs of your sandwich. You name the crow. I'm bad at coming up with names. Jennifer. And we don't need a name. She hops up onto your shoulder and listens to you tell stories about your childhood as you continue to ride south towards Charleston. Your favorite story is... I had a rest. I had a sandwich.
You befriend a nearby crow using the last crumbs of your sandwich. You name the one about your crazy neighbor, Mr. Bream, who you always blamed for
He
your
was named
dad's
after a
missing
fish. I mean, I
fishing
think
gear.
it's a reasonable assumption. Alright. Do you have any stories to share with me, Jennifer? Maybe she's a mutant crow who can talk. It is the apocalypse, after all.
You say, do you have... Call. Jennifer shakes her
Fair
head,
enough.
then hops onto your handlebars. You ride on, curious as to why she's not telling you anything.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Alright, after a long but uneventful journey, you see the walls of Charleston. I'm sure there's walls around Charleston at this point. Come into view ahead. You'll be there in less than an hour. Suddenly, it's always good to start with suddenly. There's a pro writer's tip. Use the word suddenly all the time. Readers love that.
After a long but uneventful, you hear a gunshot. You turn around and see a horse-drawn wagon racing towards you, firing their guns into the air. Help. Help.
Help.
You yell out.
Help. A little emotion, please, narrator. I don't want to fight a whole wagon of people. I'm gonna veer off the road and hide in the bushes. They better not hurt Jennifer.
You veer off the road and hide. You quickly swerve off the road and hide in a nearby thicket of bushes. After waiting for the wagon to pass, you emerge on the other side and keep riding towards town.
Should I, Meep has just woken up. Meep the cat. Meep, would you like to say hello to the stream? Last time I did, he did let me pick him up. He's super sleepy. I'm gonna put the big face on. I'm gonna see if I can get Meep to say hello. Big picture mode. I did it, Jam. I remember. Come here, sweetheart. You come say hi. You come say hi to the people. Oh, he's not super happy. Say hello. There he is. Camera's up there, Bob. What are you looking at? He's looking at my microphone, which is not usually right there. You wanna get down? It's right there. No? Not interested. He's a big, beautiful boy. Look, it's my microphone. Go ahead. He wants to sniff. They can't see you though. There we go. He's actually being pretty chill. Alright, he's wiggling. Down you go, Bob. Thank you for that. And that was Meet the Cat. To play with him when the stream is over. Alright, where were we? I'm in really bad shape, guys. Alright, I had avoided the wagon. The heat just kicked on. It's always either freezing or sweltering in here. Meet a black cat in your story and call it Meep. Can do that. I usually do wind up with a cat named Meep in the stories. That's why I was just trying to be a little bit different by getting a crow. We can get me. I'm literally out of breath from that. That's terrible. I mean, he's big and heavy, but still. Alright, Let's get a cat in here. You are surprised to hear a soft meow coming from the bushes next to you. Jennifer flutters. Do crows flutter though? Jennifer hops over and pulls aside a branch to reveal a beautiful black cat. You name the cat Meep and scoop him up. No. Name the cat Meep. You scoop him up and bring him over to your bicycle. Jennifer sits on one shoulder, and Meep sits on the other. You continue towards Charleston. As you approach the gates, there we go. That was a long one. Parse that, AI. It will, though. It's like magic.
Of the city, you are amazed by how big
came
it
from
is.
Boston.
This may be the biggest city you've ever been to. You ride up to the gates and see a soldier on the other side of the fence.
Greetings, my good soldier. I have come bearing letters, parcels, and other bits of mail from the far northern city of Boston. May I enter, please?
You say greetings, my good soldier.
Meep is giving himself a
I
bath
have
now
come-
to wash my smell.
The soldier nods. Bearing letters, huh? Step over here and we'll take a look at what you got. You push your bicycle forward and walk up to the gate.
I can't let you open the letters. That's against federal law. But you can look at the envelopes. Take my duty seriously.
You say I can't let you open the letters. That's against federal law.
Thank you, Jan, for
But you can look at
closing
the
quotes.
envelopes. The soldier's eyes narrow. I can't tell what color a letter is without opening it. I need to inspect the packages. Jennifer meows.
Okay,
You
none of that
nod.
makes any sense. It is hilarious. I have a pet crow named Jennifer who likes to ride on my shoulder. I also have a pet black cat named Meep. Is there anything else I really need? Probably not. I'm gonna have it redo that one. I know I could just edit it, but I want to see if it can get it right with that information. It was trying real hard. The soldiers gotta respect the law. Look at that. Thank you for understanding.
The soldier looks disappointed. The mail must be delivered to its recipient in exactly the same condition it was sent in. You take a deep breath.
Crows can meow. I recently watched a short video of a crow barking, mimicking some dogs, messing with them, because that's what crows do. I love crows so much. They're the best. So yeah, crows could definitely meow, but I don't think that's what was happening here. I do think the AI got confused about Jennifer and Meep. I will deliver these packages and letters to to the post office now. Post office can deal with it.
You will? The soldier asks. Why certainly.
Didn't even
you
ask for
say.
my identification.
I am an employee of the United States Postal Service. All right then, go ahead.
Aren't you going to ask for my identification? I could be an imposter. After all. He's still washing his face. Meep, I'm so insulted.
We've never had a problem with imposters before, the soldier said.
Fair enough. Have a nice day.
You too,
You
he said.
too.
The gate slowly
I think that
opens and
soldier's
you
a
ride
robot.
past the guard.
Alright, find the post office. Deliver these packages.
You ride down the street and see the post office in the distance. You ride up to the front door and tie your horse
I think you
to
got
the
confused
hitching
about what
post.
genre this is. And lock up your bicycle on the bicycle rack. We'll just take care of that. Alright. Bring the bag of letters and parcels inside and give it to the Postmaster General. Is that the right thing? We're just gonna say it is. It is in this world, regardless of whether it is or not in the real world.
You bring the bag of letters and parcels inside and give it to the post. You enter the building and approach the front counter. An old man sits there wearing a USPS uniform.
Here are all the parcels from post office in Boston. There you go. He's still washing his face. My feelings have never been so hurt.
You say here are all the parcels. The Postmaster General smiles. Perfect. Now we can get these out on time. He grabs the bag from you and dumps all the mail on the table.
Not my problem anymore. Have you heard any interesting rumors lately? I need a quest.
The Postmaster General looks confused. What kind of rumors? He asks. Like, have you heard any news about the war, maybe? He pauses to think for a moment.
That's hilarious. I basically walked in, I was like, do you have any quests for me, innkeeper? And he was like, what? I'm gonna see what he has to say. Let him think.
No, can't say that I have. We get the New York Times delivered here, but I haven't heard any war news in it.
Oh, come on, capitalize. All right, then. Have a nice day. This is the least eventful story I've ever played. We need to do something crazy.
You say all right then. Have a nice day. You too,
You
say.
too.
The Postmaster General goes back to sorting mail while you exit the building.
Alright. Tell Jennifer to go summon the rest of her family. Let's get some more crows involved.
You tell Jennifer to go summon the rest of her family. Jennifer, you go get your family. I need to talk to them.
What,
I
you can
don't
talk now?
understand, she asks. What's wrong?
We're going to take over this town, but we need an entire army of crows to do it. Yeah, right? I mean,
You say we're going to take over this town, but we need an entire army of crows to... Oh. Alright, Jennifer says. I'll go find
the
them.
AI has
She
forgotten.
runs off for her house while you wait outside the post office. Jennifer returns with her mother, father, and little brother in tow.
Alright. Jennifer is a crow. Maybe if we word it that way. Meep is a black cat. Jennifer and Meep. No. Who likes to ride on my shoulder too? We'll keep it simple. But we're gonna retry that one, okay? How's the AI doing? Not so great at the moment. You should have asked me earlier. It was doing mind-blowingly good, but right now it's not doing the best.
An army of crows? She asks. Why do we need an army of crows? You begin to explain the benefits of controlling not just a single
All right.
town, but of controlling many
This is
different
going
towns.
wildly off the rails. Jennifer understands and flies off into the forest to summon her entire flock. Within 20 minutes, the skies are darkened by the wings of thousands of crows passing overhead, led by Jennifer. Jennifer. From his perch atop your shoulder, Meep lets out a very impressed meow. You hold out your arms and half a dozen crows. Proud crows. Land on them proudly. Very good question, Jeff. I don't know the answer. Minions, let us take the city. You shout. And the crows. Alright, AI. I'm spoon feeding you here.
Jennifer understands and flies off into the forest to some. All cheer. You begin flying over the town and have the crows begin gathering around the post office, waiting for you to give them their next orders.
Wow. I guess I'm being carried by the crows. What should I have the crows do? Minions. Crap all over every statue you can find of a Confederate leader. This was supposed to be an apocalyptic story, folks. This is the apocalyptic setting. This is where we wound up.
Crap all over. Your crows begin defecating on every Confederate statue in the city. Soon, the skies darken again as thousands of pigeons.
Oh
flock
no, the
into
pigeons
town.
are coming to fight. Send the army of crows to fight. I mean, I love pigeons too. Actually, no. Invite the leader of the pigeon army to speak with me. Maybe we can join forces. Because pigeons are awesome too.
You invite the leader of the pigeon army to speak with you.
And?
A large carrier pigeon flies in and lands on your shoulder. You pet it for a moment, then grab it and hold out your other arm for it to perch on.
Thank you for meeting with me. Would you like to join forces with me and my crows to take over all the human cities that remain in this shattered world?
You say thank you for meeting with. You take the pigeon to the roof of a nearby building and release it back into the wild. It circles 3 times around you before flying.
AI,
off.
we were getting somewhere cool, finally. Try that again, please. Here we go. Oops. No! Oh no! Oh.
You take the pigeon to the roof of a nearby building and release it back
I hit the
into
wrong
the
button,
wild.
Jam.
It circles 3 times around you before flying off.
There we go.
Sure,
Everything's
the carrier
okay.
pigeon
It's
says,
alright, everyone.
I
Took
don't
care of
have
it.
much to do, being a bird and all. You hear someone shout in surprise from an open window in a townhouse facing the street.
Alright, we need some kind of climax. We need some kind of resolution to this. Lead the joint crow pigeon army in an attack against the city of Charleston. Maybe I can get a warrior's death or something. See what happens. I don't know.
You lead the joint crow pigeon army in an attack against the city of Charleston. You give orders to your 2 armies of birds
Yes.
to begin dive bombing the town. They do as you command, and it isn't long before the town is covered in thousands of bird droppings.
Order the humans of the town to clean up the droppings. I'm their leader now.
You order the humans of the town to clean
This
up
is going
the
so far off
droppings.
the rails. I just don't even know what to do at this point.
The humans of the town are covered in feces, and they're not too
And
happy
I'm not happy
it.
about this either. I don't know. I feel like we've gone down a bad path. Looking at the poo-covered people of this city, you realize that things have gone wildly off the rails. This isn't what you wanted. All you ever dreamed of was delivering the mail safely and reliably. Hi, mate. Please don't crawl in my chair while I'm streaming. You spooked me. I've got like half an hour left. A little bit less. I'm gonna play with you, alright? I know. And I saw you just wipe all my kisses off of you, so I'm gonna rub your face now. And you're gonna have to wash it again, because you smell like me again. So take that. From city to city. Oh man, I need a word again, and I can't remember what the word is. Unhindered. By rain, sleet, snow, or zombie apocalypses. How did it come to this? You pass off leadership of the city to Jennifer. Retrieve your bicycle and ride out of town with Meep on your shoulder. As you head off into the wilderness, what happens?
You see the beginning of a long,
I think this is a good place to
journey.
end this one because I don't know where to go from here. Moral of the story is... Teach me something, AI.
Don't you dare ask me to choose between using Bird S or Zombiaca as a plot device.
Wow. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. We've got less than half an hour left here. And... How do I... What happened here? No. This is fine. I should have an arrow here, and something got derped up. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm gonna... It doesn't really seem worth getting Twan set up to write what will probably only be just a page or so in the amount of time I have left. So I'm gonna say we'll skip the writing for today. I'll probably do some writing off stream. We'll do one more. Maybe we'll do another world. We'll do a light fantasy. See if we can set up a cabbage farm with the last 20 minutes or so of the stream. Zaxxas is a world of peace and prosperity. It is a land in which all races live together in harmony. The gnomes build their machines and live among the humans. Elves run the academies in which people come to learn. Ogres have no qualms living in the same town as humans or gnomes. Yet, all is not well. All is never well. My character's name is gonna be Cabbage. What's the name of the Cabbage Brussels sprout? Will be female this time. An ogre, of course. A druid, very in tune with the cabbages. Gnomes control society, struggling kingdom in a dark world. peaceful kingdom where everyone has a home and a place. That's the one. Location. Gateway to the great city. That's not actually very helpful. Nausicaa. Small settlement. Start the game. I'm actually going to do, while it's regenerating here, I'm going to run and do a very quick toilet break. I'll be right back, folks.
You answer it and are shocked to see a gnome on your doorstep. Hello, the gnome says.
I'm back. Here we are. Alright, one last story. An evil wizard has come to the world of Zaxxas and is kidnapping elves from the nearby academies in an attempt to steal their magical secrets. That doesn't sound like my problem at all. Alright, you're a cabbage, Brussels sprout, an ogre, and a druid in Nausicaa, a town in the kingdom of Orlania. You've been living in the city for the past 2 years and have recently decided to settle down and open up a small vegetable garden in the outskirts of town. I've already achieved my goal. You've been living off the land and decided to take up farming. One day you hear a knock at your door. You answer it and are shocked to see a gnome on your doorstep. Hello, the gnome says. I'm gonna say, how am I gonna greet this gnome? I can't really think of anything clever to say. I think I'm running out of juices. I've done a lot of creative things today. I'm running out of creative juices. Everyone gets a limited amount of creative juice every day. I'm gonna say... did you touch my cabbages? Because no one is allowed to touch my cabbages. Just establish that right off the bat.
You say, did you touch my cabbages? Because no, I didn't touch your cabbages.
All right.
The gnome
Just wanted to
says.
establish that before we moved any further. Good. I just wanted to make sure. How can I help you?
You say good. I just wanted to make... My name is Up, the gnome says. That's an odd name for a gnome.
My name is Cabbage Brussels Sprout. What brings you to my humble abode? Tharp.
I've been sent here as an emissary from the kingdom of Nalene to bring you back to our country, Up says.
But why? I'm quite content here. Farming, harvesting, lacto-fermenting, cooking, and consuming my cabbages. I don't want to leave.
You say, but why? I'm quite
But why?
content here farming, harvesting. I'm afraid that the king of Nalene has taken a liking to your talents and he wants you to help us in our time of need. What talent?
I'm gonna hit enter, because I need to know the answer to that. What talents are we talking about? Is it my cabbage growing skills? Is it my sauerkraut making skills? Which talents specifically? Tharp?
Your talent, the war, Up says. I'm a gardener, not a soldier. You're strong and you can fight. Surely that's enough?
I don't think it is, unless the king has invented a new type of cabbage-based warfare.
Fine, have it your way then, Tharp says
Feel a
angrily.
little bad. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Would you like to come inside and taste some of my world-famous sauerkraut? I want to make an enemy of Tharp.
No, I must be going. I don't have much time and you don't have much time if you wish to stop me or the wizard. Does he have a name? Wurtum.
What is Wurtum planning? How can I help? I might have to get involved in this war. I didn't know there was a wizard involved. We could have started with that. Tharp.
He plans to use the knowledge he gains from the elves to destroy the world. That's pretty ambitious, I like it. So you'll help? Yes.
You say goodbye to your faithful chickens and your herds of cabbage. Pack your bags and set out with Tharp to stop the evil wizard Wurtum from destroying the world. Along the way, Tharp tells you
a bit more about the situation. I've never been to a wizard battle before, you say. Neither have I, actually, Tharp says. What should we expect?
answer my question. What should we expect? A lot of dialogue-heavy story, this one.
I don't know exactly. I imagine there will be a lot of magic. As you walk through the forest on the path leading to Nalin, you pass several burned out trees and mountains of stones.
What happened here, Tharp? Is the wizard responsible for this?
You say what happened here, Tharp? Is the wizard responsible
Great
for this?
text-to-speech.
Yes. That's Wurtum's doing, Tharp says. What's he building? I don't know, but it can't be good. Tharp is right.
Alright. Send a message to the wizard Wurtum, demanding a face-to-face meeting. I have a plan. I've been having a lot of meetings today in all these stories.
You send a letter to Wurtum. You wait patiently for the wizard to reply by writing another letter or by sending someone to meet with you.
And
The day comes when you finally receive a response. You open the letter and read its contents, but you find that it isn't a letter at all. Instead, you find a small,
alright,
shriveled
that
deer.
is horrifying. This clearly sent us a true message, so the message is clear. And you're not going to stand here and take it. You persuade Tharp to join you on a mission to infiltrate the wizard Wurtum's power. Together, climb the many steps to Wertum's war room. You burst in, interrupting a meeting, and shout, I'm gonna betray Tharp. Stop what you're doing, Wertum. You don't need to destroy the world. Here, I have brought you a gift. This gnome. You pick up Tharp easily and toss him to Wertum, who catches him Wertum grins evilly and says... Oh, it grins evilly and then he... would type it for too long. I gotta make something happen here.
The message is clear, and you're not going to stand here and bite Tharp's head off. The gnome's body falls to the floor. Wertum spits Tharp's head at you.
Catch the head. And spin it on my finger like a basketball. Let's see how wild we can get things here. You gonna do with that, AI? But you didn't see that coming.
You catch the head and spin it on your finger like a basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
As the head of your friend spins on your finger, you drop into a fighting stance. Wertum stares at you in shock before bursting out laughing. What are you supposed to be? He asks.
I'm supposed to be a cabbage farmer. But you just couldn't let that happen. You had to go and try to destroy the world. Well, now you'll face the consequences. And so will Tharp. Tharp already has.
You say I'm supposed to be a cabbage farmer, but you just couldn't let that happen. You had to go and... Wertum shakes his head and says, it's pathetic that the world always ends up in the hands of fools. No matter. I will still be able to enjoy myself.
Oh, really? How do you plan on enjoying yourself? You got some plans? You got some activities planned?
You say, oh, really? Wertum looks at you and says, I'm going to enjoy taking this world apart piece by piece. I will become unstoppable. Nobody will
That's
be
what
able to
unstoppable
stop
means,
me.
yep.
Oh, that's original.
But what will you do after the world is destroyed? You'll be all alone, with nothing left to conquer. You'll be miserable. Is that what you really want? To be alone in the universe, with nothing to conquer? Or with nothing to... with no one to vanquish? Maybe we can talk him down.
You say, but what will... Wertum looks at you in shock and says, I didn't consider that. I've
Hey,
been so
Tashi,
bored
welcome.
for so long, I just wanted
That's a
something
very good emote. I
exciting
like
to
that.
happen.
Err.
Wertum looks at you and says,
I mean, AI, you have to decide what Wertum says. That's not me.
you were sent to stop me, weren't you? You nod. Wertum says,
You can't end it with Wharton says. That's your part of the story, AI.
I don't want to die. You say, nobody ever does. Wurtum says, but I don't want to die.
Alright, we're gonna seduce
like
Wurtum.
this.
Maybe we can find a different ending to your story. To our story. Wharton, will you marry me? He just blurted it right out just like that.
You say maybe we can find a different ending to your story. To our story. Wurtum, will you marry me? Wurtum spits out elf blood and looks at you in disbelief. He says, you want to marry me?
Just a reminder of where we are. Sure. It means I can go back to my farm and keep growing, harvesting, preserving, cooking, and eating cabbages. I'll marry whoever you want. I'll marry you. I don't want the AI to get confused. I am trying to marry Wurtum. And I'm grateful to you for getting rid of that irritant, Tharp. Let's go, darling. Let's get back to the farm and forget this whole world-conquering, world-destroying nonsense. It's a lot, but I think this AI can take it.
At this point Wurtum has had enough of your selfless attitude and he faints. Meanwhile, the other elves have recovered and they decide they don't want to be destroyed after all.
Alright. Kill Wurtum while he is unconscious. Take care of this.
You kill Wurtum while he is unconscious. You kill Wurtum with one swing of your sword. You then tell
Look at
the
that,
elves
save
to
the
dig a
freaking
grave
world.
for Wurtum.
Head back home to the farm and resume my normal life. Like, this is a good way to wrap up the story. As long as nothing terrible happens. I'm sure nothing terrible will happen.
You head back home. You live a full life on your farm with
that.
your wife, Wurtum. You help the local priest
My
by giving him
wife,
food in
Wurtum.
exchange for his services.
Okay, that's a little bit... I know I said I was gonna marry Wurtum, but then I killed Wurtum. Wurtum's sister. Wurtum's sister comes home with me. The moral of the... Hold up, capital T. Moral of the story is... I'm gonna wrap this up.
Colon, don't piss off the adventurers that clear the monsters.
No,
from
that's
your
a terrible
farm.
one. That has nothing to do with what we did. Try again. That's not really any better. We got a lot of don't mess with. Hey, that's an insult now. You're just... I'm an ogre. Come on, you can do better. Jesus. No, I want a better one. I got a couple minutes. These are getting more and more nonsensical the more I refresh. There we go.
Colon, don't do anything because you're bored.
The end. All right. I think we are. We're gonna end it there. That's about 2 hours. I appreciate having the text to speech to spare my voice a little bit. Otherwise, I wouldn't have lasted this long. But even still, I am getting pretty tired. And I did promise Meek that I would play with him. He's in a sad place right now, and he's very upset. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna play with you in just a minute, sweetheart. Thanks for hanging out. This has been fun. I have a new Vintage Stories series on my YouTube channel just starting today. Links. Plan to stream again on Saturday. Plan to continue outward with Krunksbleed because we've been having a blast. And I think that's all I have to share for today. So thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon. Bye.